Welcome to Chinese Book Summary Project. We are committed to introduce latest academic works published in Chinese. Let's continue to read Huang Qifan's Reorganization and Breakthrough, published in 2024. This is a summary of Chapter 2, Yufu Company, a state-owned capital operation platform bearing three major restructurings. In the intricate process of urban development, three critical components stand out: internal and external transportation, commercial circulation, and financial capital flow. Among these, capital serves as the lifeblood of all economic activities, making it the most crucial element. Chongqing's journey out of financial distress is a testament to the strategic implementation of debt restructuring, land restructuring, and asset restructuring, which collectively optimized resource allocation, enhanced the city's endogenous growth capabilities, and alleviated financial shortages. Central to these efforts was Yufu Company Yufu, whose role proved indispensable. Yufu's debt restructuring function. The inception of Yufu Company can be traced back to the late 1990s. In 1999, the Chinese government established four major asset management companies with a primary mission of handling non-performing assets of the four largest state-owned commercial banks. While these asset management firms made significant progress in coastal regions, inland areas like Chongqing lagged behind, leaving substantial bad debts unresolved. By 2003, the issue of non-performing loans remained a hot topic in public discourse, underscoring the urgency of addressing Chongqing's financial woes. In November 2003, I proposed a bold strategy to the head of the Industrial and Commercial Bank of China, ICBC Chongqing branch. At that time, the branch was burdened with 15.7 billion yuan in bad debts. Typically, the repayment rate for bankrupt enterprises was around 5%, but I suggested a more ambitious target, settling the bad debts at a 15% recovery rate. This meant that out of the 15.7 billion yuan in bad debts, approximately 4.2 billion yuan would be recovered. Initially, the ICBC proposed a 30% recovery rate, but after negotiations, a compromise was reached, setting the recovery at 21%, equating to 3.7 billion yuan. This recovery rate, considering the principal and accrued interest, was deemed acceptable given the prevailing financial conditions. The agreement required approval from multiple government bodies, including the Ministry of Finance, the People's Bank of China, and the China Banking Regulatory Commission. Once approved by the State Council, the plan moved forward. To streamline the process, it was clear that handling over 1,000 individual agreements with enterprises was impractical. Thus, the establishment of Yufu Company became the solution. Yufu was tasked with aggregating these bad debts into a single package, thereby facilitating efficient management and resolution. Yufu Company was rapidly capitalized with 1 billion yuan, consisting of 300 million yuan in equity and 700 million yuan in land valuation, alongside 1 million yuan in cash for operational expenses. This initial capital allowed Yufu to approach the National Development Bank for a bridge loan of over 2 billion yuan, using the bad debt portfolio as collateral. This innovative bridge loan model was a pioneering effort in China, with Yufu receiving not only the loan but also financial advisory support from the National Development Bank, ensuring a robust framework for debt resolution. By March 2004, Yufu had formalized its agreement with ICBC, targeting the resolution of an 8 billion yuan bad debt package encompassing 117 state-owned enterprises. Yufu was required to repay 1.7 billion yuan by the end of December 2004. Remarkably, Yufu managed to fulfill this obligation within just 4 months, demonstrating the effectiveness of its structured approach. However, the challenge lay in recovering the 1.7 billion yuan borrowed from the National Development Bank. To address this, Yufu engaged directly with over 20 enterprise groups, negotiating with each to secure repayment through various means: direct cash payments, additional loans, or land for debt swaps. This direct intervention ensured that Yufu could meet its repayment deadlines without becoming mired in protracted negotiations. The successful disposal of ICBC's bad assets marked a significant milestone for Yufu Company. Not only did it enhance the financial health of ICBC, but it also established Yufu as a reliable entity capable of managing large-scale debt restructuring. Over the years, Yufu continued to handle similar transactions, addressing a total of 27 billion yuan in bad debts by 2010. This substantial reduction in bad loans transformed Chongqing into a region with one of the lowest non-performing loan ratios in the country, fostering a healthier financial ecosystem and positioning Chongqing as a model for other inland regions grappling with similar challenges. Yufu's land restructuring function. Beyond debt management, Yufu Company played a pivotal role in land restructuring, addressing the complex interplay between enterprise insolvencies and land asset management. Early in my tenure in Chongqing, I encountered a state-owned enterprise in Shapingba district that had entered bankruptcy proceedings approved by national authorities. However, the process was stalled due to a lack of funds for relocating employees. The factory, occupying 300 acres of prime land along the Jialing River, was slated for sale at 200 yuan per acre, but potential buyers were only willing to offer 40 to 50 yuan per acre, resulting in prolonged delays. Recognizing the strategic importance of the factory's location near the central business district, I decided to intervene. Yufu Company purchased the land for 800 million yuan, significantly higher than the market rate, ensuring the enterprise could settle its debts and proceed with a bankruptcy. This successful acquisition not only facilitated the orderly closure of the enterprise, but also provided a template for future land restructuring initiatives. Yufu's approach to land restructuring involved acquiring undervalued or strategically important land assets at prices above market rates. This practice enabled Yufu to resolve the financial obligations of failing enterprises swiftly while preparing the land for future development. By securing these assets, Yufu could leverage them as collateral for further financial operations, thus creating a virtuous cycle of asset optimization and capital generation. This land restructuring capability extended to environmental relocation projects, where Yufu facilitated the transfer of polluting industries from urban centers to designated industrial parks. These relocations were crucial for improving Chongqing's environmental quality and urban livability. For instance, the relocation of the Chongqing Iron and Steel Group, Zhonggang, was a landmark project. Yufu provided the necessary financial support to cover the relocation costs, negotiated land swaps, and ensured the smooth transition of employees to new facilities. This not only alleviated environmental concerns but also optimized industrial distribution, contributing to the city's sustainable development. Yufu's asset restructuring function. Yufu Company's asset restructuring function complemented its debt and land restructuring activities, focusing on optimizing and revitalizing financial institutions and other enterprises. During the global financial crisis of 2008, many financial institutions in Chongqing faced severe asset quality issues. Yufu stepped in as a strategic investor, injecting capital into distressed banks and ensuring their stability. By becoming a major shareholder in institutions like Chongqing Trust and Sanxia Bank, Yufu facilitated their reorganization and eventual recovery. One notable example is the restructuring of Chongqing Rural Commercial Bank, which was burdened with over 30 billion yuan in non-performing loans and had a meager capital base of just 200 million yuan. Yufu provided the necessary capital infusion, restructuring the bank's operations and improving its financial health. This intervention not only stabilized the bank but also enhanced Chongqing's overall financial landscape, reducing systemic risks and fostering a more resilient banking sector. Moreover, Yufu's involvement in asset restructuring extended to facilitating the public listing of restructured enterprises. By acquiring stakes in companies like ST Dongyuan and guiding them through strategic reforms, Yufu enabled these enterprises to access capital markets, thereby securing their long-term growth and operational viability. The successful reorganization and listing of these firms significantly increased Yufu's asset base and demonstrated its capacity to drive substantial economic transformation. Achievements and evolution. Over the decade from 2004 to 2013, Yufu Company achieved remarkable growth and transformation. Initially established with a modest capital base, Yufu's asset portfolio expanded rapidly through its effective execution of debt, land, and asset restructuring. By 2013, Yufu had amassed nearly 1,000 billion yuan in assets, maintained a debt-to-asset ratio of around 63%, and accumulated substantial equity. This growth was fueled by the successful handling of over 270 billion yuan in non-performing assets, the strategic acquisition and development of prime land assets, and the revitalization of financial institutions. Yufu's restructuring efforts resulted in a multi-party win scenario. State-owned enterprises shed their debt burdens, banks improved their asset quality, Yufu expanded its operations and capital base, and the Chongqing government enjoyed a more stable and prosperous financial environment. These achievements underscored Yufu's critical role in Chongqing's economic resurgence, positioning it as a cornerstone of the city's financial and industrial strategy. In 2013, recognizing the evolving economic landscape and the need for more sophisticated capital operations, Yufu embarked on a strategic transformation. The company aimed to transition from a platform serving as a tool and lever for government initiatives to a comprehensive capital operation entity. This shift involved redefining its operational scope to include capital optimization, enterprise reform facilitation, and market-driven investment strategies. Yufu began exploring advanced capital operation tools, including capital markets, investment funds, and asset management mechanisms. By establishing strategic investment funds, Yufu supported high-tech projects and emerging industries, aligning its investments with Chongqing's economic development priorities. Additionally, Yufu collaborated with financial institutions to create specialized funds and asset management platforms, further enhancing its capacity to manage and grow capital efficiently. Future outlook. Looking ahead, Yufu Company is poised to continue its pivotal role in Chongqing's economic development. As Chongqing's economy matures, Yufu's functions will evolve to meet new challenges and opportunities. The company is set to become a key player in facilitating mixed ownership reforms, optimizing capital layouts, and driving strategic investments in high-growth sectors. By leveraging its established expertise in debt, land, and asset restructuring, Yufu will support the sustainable and balanced growth of Chongqing's industrial and financial sectors. Moreover, Yufu's transition into a sophisticated capital operation platform will enable it to engage more deeply with market mechanisms, fostering innovation and efficiency in capital allocation. This evolution will not only enhance Yufu's operational capabilities, but also ensure that it remains a vital engine for Chongqing's continued prosperity. In conclusion, Yufu Company exemplifies a strategic, state-led approach to overcoming financial and structural challenges in urban development. Through its adept handling of debt, land, and asset restructuring, Yufu has significantly contributed to Chongqing's economic revitalization, setting a benchmark for other regions facing similar issues. As Chongqing continues to grow, Yufu's role as a capital operation platform will be crucial in sustaining and accelerating the city's development trajectory, ensuring that it remains a vibrant and dynamic metropolis.